Hello friends, welcome to another exhilarating video of Wisdom Zone, and this is Shubro, and I'm quite sure today you have already guessed it because today I have a very interesting session on idioms because today I'm going to discuss about useful idioms for spoken English, and this is the first part. So it's my earnest request, please watch this video till the end, and if you haven't subscribed to Wisdom Zone, please do subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon and continue watching this video to learn some useful idioms which you can incorporate in your everyday English, right? So without further ado, let's get started. As you see, friends, today we have a very interesting discussion that is on useful idioms for spoken English, and this is the first part. So, let me tell you, today I'm going to discuss some useful idioms which you can use in your everyday English conversation. And I'm not only going to discuss, but also I'm going to show you how you can use them in your day to day conversation and while speak, how you can use them so that you can somehow sound more dynamic and appealing, right? So please follow this video till the end because I'm going to explain step by step with examples how you can use these idioms in your everyday English conversation. Okay, so friends, today we are going to go ahead and see some interesting idioms which you can use in your daily conversation as well as when you are writing also you incorporate and use these idioms, okay, which is going to help you immensely. Before I move ahead and start discussing those useful idioms which you can use in your regular conversation, I'm quickly going to explain what exactly is an idiom. As you see on your screen, what is an idiom? So let me tell you, an idiom is a group of words used in a fixed order which has a particular meaning that is different from the meanings of each word on its own. Okay, so we use that in a fixed order, okay, which obviously conveys a particular meaning, and that meaning is totally different from the meanings of each word on its own, right? So the words which we use, they have different meanings and the overall idiom got a different meaning. As you see on your screen, some examples are given. The first one is go bananas. Okay, go bananas, right? So these two words are used to signify that someone is going crazy. So go bananas means to go crazy. Okay, so that's the meaning of this idiom, go bananas. So the next one is, you see, once in a blue moon. That is quite interesting also. Once in a blue moon, this idiom means that something that happens rarely, occasionally. Okay, so we use all the 3 4 words here to talk about something that happens rarely. Okay, that is once in a blue moon. So if you know the meaning, then only you can use, right, the way we use these two idioms, go bananas as once in a blue moon. So without further ado, let's get started with the 10 useful idioms for spoken English, and this is the first part of it. So let's move on and see the first idiom for today. So as you see on your screen, the first idiom for spoken English which you can use is that so far so good, which is on your screen. So this idiom is quite useful for daily English conversation, okay, or spoken English, as well as you can use that in writing also. So it means satisfactory up to now. Okay, so it's a beautiful way of expressing that you are satisfied up to now with something. Okay, that is so far so good. So let me show you how to use this. As you see on your screen, I have mentioned an example. The example is there. Let me read it out. So how is your new project going on? So far so good. So like this way one can express, it means that it is satisfactory till now. Okay, if someone is asking how is your life going on, how is your job going on, we can say so far so good. That means you want to say that it is satisfactory till now. Okay, it's a beautiful way of expressing, and that's going to show your dynamism while speaking. Okay, because idioms are always helpful to show how appealing you are and how dynamic you are while speaking. So let's turn our attention towards the second idiom for today. That is on your screen. That is, it's not rocket science. Okay, so I'm quite sure you must be wondering what's the meaning of this. It's not rocket science. This idiom means something that is not difficult to understand. So this idiom, it's not rocket science, means something that is not difficult to understand or do. Okay? Something which is more or less easy, which is not difficult to understand or do, is called it's not rocket science. So let's see how to use this. As you see on your screen, the example, you can use this, yes, idiom in this way, that using idioms is not rocket science, right? So it's not difficult to use idioms, right? It's not very difficult to use idioms, so it's not rocket science. Okay, understood. So like this way you can use this idiom. Something is not rocket science means that something is not difficult to understand or difficult to do. Okay, so that's why you can use this one in your everyday conversation. Okay, you can use that in writing also. So let's turn our attention towards the next, the third idiom for today, that is on the ball. On the ball, this is a very useful one in your everyday English conversation. So it means to be alert and aware of things. Okay, so when you're alert and aware about the things, then it's called to be on the ball. Let's see how to use this. As you see the example, my boss is always on the ball. Okay, so like this way you can use this idiom, right? So up next, let's turn our attention towards the fourth idiom for today, that is add insult to injury. So add insult to injury means to do something that makes a bad situation worse. So if you do something that makes a bad situation worse, as called add insult to injury. Okay, so let's see this example, how to use this. Let's see one example. Sam's boss asked him to work for long hours, and to add insult to injury, he also refused to give him a pay raise. Okay, so I hope you understood that, as his boss, in fact, asked him to work for long hours, and to add insult to injury, that means to make things worse, he also refused to give him a pay raise. Okay, so that's the way you can use this beautiful idiom in your conversation, right? To add insult to injury, that means to make a bad situation worse. So up next we are going to see the fifth idiom for today, that is tickled pink. As you see on your screen, tickled pink, it means extremely happy or pleased. Okay, so when someone is extremely happy or pleased, we use this idiom tickled pink, right? It is quite useful in your conversation. So let's see how to use it. You can put it like this: Kelly was tickled pink to see her fiance. Okay, so that means she was extremely happy, okay, or pleased perhaps to see her fiance. Okay, so like this way you can use this idiom. So you can say that, yeah, my brother was tickled pink to get a promotion. That means extremely happy. Okay, extremely happy or pleased. Okay, because of something, right? So, like this way, you can use this beautiful idiom. So, let's turn our attention towards the sixth idiom for today, that is get out of hand. It is quite important to know this idiom because it is quite handy also. We can use that in your everyday conversation. So, get out of hand means get out of control. Okay, that means you are unable to control, it's out of control. Okay, so let's see how to use it. So let's see an example how to use this particular idiom in our daily conversation, get out of hand. So we can use this idiom in this way: some kids get out of hand because of pampering. So understood, that means get out of hand means they go out of control, right? They get out of control because of pampering. Yeah, it's really a true fact that because of pampering, over pampering, some kids can get out of control. Okay, that is to get out of hand. So I hope you understood how to use this. Get out of hand means to get out of control of someone. So up next we will see the seventh idiom for today, that is on your screen. So friends, let's move on. Let's turn our attention towards the seventh idiom for today, that is on your screen, the whole 9 yards. Okay, so I hope you see on your screen the seventh idiom for today is the whole 9 yards. The meaning of this idiom is everything or the whole thing. Okay, so let's see how to use this in our everyday English conversation. So let's see the example which is on your screen. She is not satisfied with what she has. She wants the whole 9 yards. Okay, that means she wants everything. She is not contented with what she has. She wants everything. Okay, so That's the way you can put this idiom in your everyday English conversation. Okay. So up next, let's turn our attention towards the eighth idiom for today. That is on your screen. That is off the hook. As you see on your screen, the eighth one for today is off the hook. That means out of trouble or danger. Off the hook means out of trouble or danger. Okay. So let's see how to use it. I hope the meaning is crystal clear. As you see on your screen, the example is given. The security guard was initially accused of stealing money from the bank, but he was off the hook after the main culprit was arrested. Okay, that means he was out of danger, he was out of trouble after the main culprit who did the crime was arrested, but initially he was accused of it, right? But later on he was off the hook because the main culprit was arrested. He was out of danger. Okay, so I hope you understood how to use this wonderful idiom in your everyday English conversation. So let's turn our attention towards the ninth idiom for today, which is on your screen. That is a plum job. A plum job is an idiom which means an easy and pleasant job that also pays well. Okay, a job which pays well and which is quite easy, not difficult. Okay, so let's see how to use this. As you see on your screen, the example, let me read it out. Troy is not happy with his present job. He wants a plum job. That means he is not happy with his job. Maybe it's not high paying or not good uh, job. Okay, so he wants a plum job which is quite easy and which pays well. Okay, so that's the way you can use this idiom, a plum job. Okay, so up next we are going to go ahead and turn our attention towards the 10th and the last idiom for today. That is on your screen. That is in a nutshell. That's the idiom. It is quite useful in our everyday English conversation. In a nutshell means very briefly, especially when you're trying to describe something, when you're asking someone to describe something, you can use that in a nutshell. Okay, that means very briefly. So let's see how to use this. The doctor asked Ron to explain his health issues in a nutshell. That means the doctor asked Ron to explain the problems very briefly. Okay, so that's the way you can use this idiom in a nutshell. So we can say that in a nutshell, that's all of what I want to say. Understood? That means in brief, that's what you want to say, right? So I hope it's clear in a nutshell of what I tried to explain about idioms. I hope all these idioms are clear. So I hope you found this video extremely useful. And if you haven't subscribed to Wisdom Zone, it is my earnest request again. Please do subscribe to Wisdom Zone and continue watching and following all the videos from Wisdom Zone, because I'm going to come up with many more informative and interesting videos on idioms, phrasal verbs, interview skills, presentation skills, and how you can develop your for spoken English and how you can become more fluent and proficient in communication, right?